Yo, we're doing Group C today. That's my boys from Haiti, Brazil, Scotland, Morocco. I think it's the most exciting group. I'm going to a couple games. Brazil, Morocco, Brazil, Haiti. On the East Coast, it's near me. I'm really excited about this group, so let's get into it. All right, Group C is my favorite group. I think the most entertaining group. Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland. Now, my family's from Haiti, so of course I'll be shouting out the United States, but we're gonna be supporting Haiti as well. They got some good players. This is an underrated team. I think if we look at the rankings, FIFA has them ranked 83rd. I think that's a little bit low. I think they're better than that. I think they're better than some teams in this World Cup. They've pulled out some good results against, Iceland. They only lost by 1 to Tunisia. So, we got hope. We got hope. But the big story here is going to be Brazil, right? What can they do? You got the question of if Neymar's going to go. If he's not, it's looking like he's not unless there's some serious injury. But this squad is still so stacked. You got Vinicius Jr., arguably the best in the world when he's playing like it. Marquinhos starts for the best team and arguably the best team in the world in PSG. Alisson, who's not in this squad, but he'll be there, plays for Liverpool. Every single one of their starters is one of the better players in the world. And they have substitutes that can back it up. So, their center forward, their striker, it could be João Pedro, who plays for Chelsea. It could be Mateus Cunha, who plays for United. Endrick, 19 years old, looking like one of the, future stars of the sport. Igor Thiago for Brentford playing well. They're so stacked. It's unbelievable. The story, if anything, is going to be the midfield. Right? You got Casemiro. He's going to start. Maybe Fabinho starts over him, but they really rely on Casemiro. But who's going to create from the midfield for Brazil? That's going to be their big question.
You could argue, you drop Mateus Cunha in to like a number 10 role. But yeah, I mean, you saw them against Colombia, or Croatia, excuse me. You saw them against Croatia. They put three goals past them.
Wasn't really that close, and Croatia is one of the better teams in the country, in the world. Croatia is one of the better teams in the world, so that's not a soft result. Yeah, putting 3 past the 11th ranked team in the world, you can see that they're about it. They lost to France, but I think everyone loses to France. There's not many teams I think are better than France.
They might have a little bit of trouble with Morocco, but I think to put them anywhere but one is kind of crazy. Now, Morocco is interesting. They just had that drama with Africa Cup of Nations.
In the final, so the final of AFCON was Senegal-Morocco. Right, so this game was nuts. I wasn't able to watch it. I rewatched the highlights. This was insane. So one thing you got, obviously Senegal's top class. How does he miss this? Oh my god. Oh, goalkeeper got a hand to it. So again, that's what I wanted to talk about. One, Yassine Bono, who currently plays in Saudi Arabia, but he's still class. He essentially sent Spain home in 2022. Senegal won this game for all intents and purposes. Whether or not there was a huge controversy. So Morocco get a penalty called. Senegal leaves the pitch. They leave. Come back after 20 minutes. And Brahim Diaz, who is Real Madrid winger, one of the best in the world at his position, top player, probably the best player other than Hakimi for Morocco. He tries a Panenka. In the 90th minute of an AFCON final. That's essentially like Euros for them. He tries at Panenka to win the game, and Edouard Mendy just catches it. Senegal go back. They score 2. They win the game, but Morocco appeal to the African Confederation, basically saying they left the pitch. You can't do that, and they won the appeal. So technically, Morocco, after losing the final, are AFCON champions, which is crazy to me. I've never seen that. So it was huge controversy there. But they have such a good squad. They're defensively very solid. Romain Saiss, who injured himself against France in the last World Cup, which is why, they kind of lost by so much. Or they didn't lose by too much, but it wasn't very close for them. Achraf Hakimi, the best player in the world at his position. I think the thing with them is going to be the midfield. I'm not sure whether it'll be as much as last World Cup, but last World Cup they kind of sat in against the better teams and exploited on the counterattack. We'll see if that's what they do this World Cup, but Hakimi is going to be there. Brahim Diaz has a lot more respect than he used to. And then there's this young Abde Ezalzouli for Real Betis. He's a baller, tricky winger. He can play. Sometimes comes off the bench for them, but he's very good. That'll be the question. I mean, they've shown that they can play with the best teams and beat the best teams. They beat Portugal. They beat Spain. Some of these really good teams they beat. So, I think they get second here. Maybe get a point against Brazil. I think the difference I think Brazil-Morocco ends up in a Brazil win or a draw. But I think if it is a draw, the difference will be that Brazil, as much as they hate to say it, is going to put a lot more goals past Haiti and Scotland than I think Morocco will. Just because Morocco, you look at Morocco's results, none of them, even against teams kind of with a similar ranking as Haiti, they're not really scoring too much. 2-1-1. This one was a big one, and then they drew against Mali, who's not the most strong team. So there's a chance for Haiti to sneak a point there. I think if we can keep it close, scratch a point away against Morocco, there's a chance. But I see Morocco getting second in this group. And if we look at the group itself, it's very top heavy compared to, obviously Scotland I think should be rated a bit higher. Haiti's kind of dragging down this average with their rating, but I think they're better. So I really think this is an underrated group. I think it's the most exciting group too, because this game, look how close 1 and 2 are. It's the closest top 2 teams out of any group. So that's going to be an excellent game. I think Haiti make it interesting against Morocco. Scotland, Haiti will be a good game. Morocco, Scotland, that'll be an interesting one. But I think Brazil 1, Morocco 2. Now Scotland they're a strong team. They've got a good midfield with Scott McTominay, who used to play for Manchester United. Now he's at Napoli. Billy Gilmore used to play for Chelsea. Now he's also at Napoli there. And John McGinn plays for Aston Villa in the Premier League. All of these guys are in top leagues on very good teams. The issue with them is they're attacking, and sometimes they have issues with defending. I mean, if you look, you obviously think of Andy Robertson playing for Liverpool, left back. He's their captain. Maybe McTominay's their best player, but Robertson's number 2. But they sometimes have issues, defensively. And when they're asked to attack, they can't keep the numbers behind. So those issues are exploitable. I mean, if you look at their path to the World Cup, they played, and look, they're not getting great results either. 1-0 against, or a loss against Ivory Coast, who I think is a huge sleeper. A loss against Japan. And then if we go back to 2025, their qualifiers, right? Drawing Denmark, who isn't in the World Cup. These aren't very good results. Losing to Greece again. Losing to Iceland. Haiti beat Iceland. This is giving me hope. I can't lie. I got my I got my jersey right here. This is giving me hope. And if you know about, I'll get to Haiti in a minute. Um, but I think there's a little advantage there that people aren't thinking about. I mean, Scotland could be three, Haiti could be three. I'm still thinking about this. I want to put Haiti three because I have faith that we can go on to the knockout round. That's definitely the goal for Brazil and Morocco. The goal will be certainly to go into round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals. Brazil want to win. Morocco, I think, would be delighted if they won, but they're realistically, maybe semifinals, quarterfinals, what they're aiming for. And they've shown they can do it. Haiti, the goal is get to the knockout stage. If you can get to the knockout stage, that's the best that team's ever played, right? Scotland, I would say similarly, just get to the knockout stage. But in terms of Haiti, right, you got to understand. So, one, our team has not played any qualifiers at our home stadium, just with the violence that's going on politically, gang violence. And there's a whole history beyond that. It's not just, earthquake and kind of there's a lot of stuff that went on historically that is a reason for what's going on in Haiti right now. But the fact is that the country gets behind the team. When we qualified for the World Cup, and I've never been. I would consider myself very lucky to go, but the country completely stopped. People were partying in the streets. This team means so much to the country, and they've got some good veterans, and there's some really good players on this team. What's it called? Veteran goalkeepers, some talent in the back, Premier League players. So you've got Bellegarde. Was it Jean-Rigner Bellegarde? That's his first name. Plays for Wolves. He's a very good midfielder. He'll start. Some MLS players. Typically, we play with Dukens Nazon up top. He's the leading scorer for Haiti. 44 goals in maybe 50 appearances. Veteran guy, plays in I think he plays in Iran, maybe, or maybe Saudi League. I'm not sure, but he's definitely the kind of attacking center. But Wilson Isidore just declared for Haiti. He plays for Sunderland in the Premier League. He's been balling out. He played well in the championship. I think that's an ace in the hole. I think that if he can play well, get some goals against maybe Morocco, maybe get some goals against Scotland, there's a shot. Delcroix, Duverne, they just need to be on, but they can be. I mean, they've got some good results. There was a loss against Tunisia, I believe, in the last couple. Yeah, loss against Tunisia and then a draw against Iceland, which I'm very happy with because that's a better result than what Scotland got. And it kind of proves that Iceland's no slouch. Canada tied Iceland. So we are proving that we can compete. And I think this team can do it. I think this team can do it with Isidore up top, Nazon helping out, Bellegarde, Delcroix, Duverne as well. Especially with how close the team is, there's a certain boost that you get when from these smaller countries when you can feel every individual rooting for you. And I think that helps us here. We've been once lost every single game in the group stage to Italy, I believe Brazil, to Argentina, Poland, and Italy. What's cool is that the Italian goalkeeper, I don't remember his name, I think it's in this article, Dino Zoff. So he had the longest clean sheet record of all time at the time, 1974, and a Haitian striker named Sanon broke that record. So I think if we can get out of the group stage, it would be magical. Not to mention the games that we play. So first game is in Foxborough. If you don't know, there's a lot of Haitians in Boston, which is near Foxborough. So it'll almost be like a home match. Second game, I'm not really, I would love for a good result against Brazil, but there's a lot of, just in general, on the East Coast, there is a lot of Haitians in Atlanta, New York, Boston, Philly, Miami. So the support will be there. The support will be there. There's almost as many Haitians in the United States as there is in the country, just because of the diaspora and everyone moving out. You could call me biased. I don't care. I'm putting Haiti at 3, and I'm going Scotland 4. I like this group. I think we have a shot. Obviously, you got the powerhouse with Brazil, powerhouse with Morocco. The game that's gonna matter is Haiti Scotland, which is at a very very pro Haitian ground in Foxborough. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to Brazil Haiti in Philadelphia. I'm going to Morocco Brazil in New York. I think Morocco Brazil is going to be the best game of the group stage. I know that it's going to be the best game. Maybe France Senegal, but I'm very excited. I have faith. I have faith in the Haitian squad. All right, so we're going to be doing Group D later, which is going to be another interesting one, because if you look at Group D, it's by the numbers, it's the toughest group, and it's also the closest group. So as an American, we better be careful. We you have to get out of this group. But I appreciate you tuning in. Just keep your eyes out for the Group D video. I'm going to try to be doing them a little bit more frequently. We got only 45 more days coming up. So I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.